For those of you who are undergraduates who are taking organic chemistry, make sure you graduate. And like The Graduate in the movie of the same name, some of you may even study plastics. Plastics are polymers. Polymers are long chains of repeating units called monomers. Alkenes are the monomers which are used to make plastics. This table shows the different types of plastics and the recycling symbol. The structure of the plastic determines its properties and its applications. For example, high-density polyethylene and low-density polyethylene differ not only in density, but in melting point and flexibility. LDPE is flexible and soft. HDPE is rigid and harder. Here are the structures of the alkene monomers from which each plastic is made. For example, ethylene is the monomer to make polyethylene. Propylene is the monomer used to make polypropylene. Many of these plastics are made by a radical reaction. And organic peroxide is used as an initiator in these polymerization reactions. We've seen this initiation step in the anti-Markovnikov addition of HBr to an alkene. So stop the video and determine the product of the first propagation step, then determine what the next propagation step is. To make polyethylene from ethylene, so here's what happens in the first propagation step. In the second propagation step, the radical from the first propagation step reacts with another ethylene molecule and adds 2 carbons to the chain. So stop the video and show how the radical product of the second propagation step reacts with ethylene to form another radical. So here's the answer. So this is how the polyethylene chain grows, 2 carbons at a time. Remember, there is an initiation step, propagation step, and termination step in a general radical mechanism. So stop the video and answer this question. And the answer is, we want to limit the termination step because that will stop the reaction, so we want a low concentration of RO radical. Polypropylene is another important plastic and is made by either a radical reaction as shown in the top reactions or a polar reaction as shown in the bottom reactions. The structure of a substance determines its properties. As mentioned earlier, HDPE is hard, whereas LDPE is soft and flexible. The difference in the properties of HDPE and LDPE have to do with branches. There's no branching in HDPE, so the ethylene chains pack close together. There are branches in LDPE, so the ethylene chains cannot pack close together. The closeness by which the chains pack together determines the density as well as those properties. There are 3 types of polypropylene: atactic, isotactic, and syntactic polypropylene. One type is used in clothing, another type is used in hard toys. To determine the type of polypropylene used in clothing versus hard toys, let's look at these 3 structures of polypropylene. Tacticity is the orientation of the methyl branches in the chain. So stop the video and try to determine which type of polypropylene is atactic, isotactic, and syntactic. And the answers are, so the type used in clothing is atactic polypropylene, the type used in hard toys is isotactic polypropylene. Just like with HDPE and LDPE, how close the chains pack together determines those properties. Scientists continue to design and develop new and better plastics and polymers for specific applications. Triton is a relatively new plastic that replaced polycarbonate plastic. Polycarbonate is made from BPA, bisphenol A, which is an endocrine disruptor. Triton is made from these 3 monomers and is more dishwasher durable than polycarbonate due to its property of toughness and temperature resistance.